What are you like when your favorite team is playing a playoff game? How are you watching it? How are you reacting? Are you pacing? Are you calm? The Hockey Podcast discussed that. Now, I guess the other thing is that we wanted to get into here is, of course, we have Heidi being the Flames fan watching Flames game, and then Sean watching Canucks fans being a Canucks fan watching Canucks games. What's Now that you're watching games together, what is that experience like? How are you adapting to each other's style?
Sean's gonna look at me. He's gonna probably be very mad for what I'm about to say publicly, but
Hang on,
he
hang
was
on,
actually,
hang on. Okay,
yeah.
hang on. Let me do that again. There, okay.
Um, there was times last night, that he was acting like a toddler. Like there was yelling, and there was foot stomping. Um, and slight little tantrums. There was also a time where I was just sitting quietly, and I think I was just looking at my phone, and then like I literally got startled because he yelled about, I don't know. I think some the opposite. I think a Blues player touched the puck, and he yelled about it, and it startled me. And like I kind of like knew, like I know this about Sean, that he is definitely the more loud, outgoing one out of the two of us, and he knows that I'm more quiet and chill because I alluded to earlier, I haven't been feeling 100% this week, and with the late games and stuff, and I'm up early for work, that by the time the games are on at like 8:45, 9 o'clock, like I'm already kind of tired and stuff, and that just kind of perpetuates my whole, I'm watching the game and I'm like under the blanket and like and laying down on the couch, and I'm just kind of very chill in general, except for the odd time. I think it was on Tuesday where I went to the bathroom in like the last like commercial before the end of the game, and I came back and I was like shuffling, and I was like doing like a two-step. But that happens very rarely. I'm more of a kind of just chill, quiet, and don't yell unless it really needs to be yelled about.
Yeah, I get into it. Devin's seen it. He grew up with it. Heidi's now experiencing it. I get into it. We were talking about Chris, how he went to the pub and watched the game. I don't like doing that. If I actually want to watch the game, I want to be able to sit down and watch it and not have distractions of people trying to talk to me. So poor Heidi gets ignored for like 3 hours during the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't notice I'm there.
Yeah,
most of the time.
And but yeah, it's just yeah. Like the problem with is that when I do get fully into it, I do get very emotional. And yes, I did throw a little bit of a tantrum, and I did act like a toddler yesterday. I won't deny that one, but it was the funniest one was when I did scare her because she wasn't quite paying attention, and it was when Troy Stetcher gave a puck away to like right into the slot for Tarasenko, and all I did was just like it was my big deep booming voice just was like, what was that? And all of a sudden I just feel this like bolt upright like movement from Heidi going, what's going on? So and then Heidi's a lot more chill, but she's a little more reserved and hides her stress. My hand gets squeezed a lot. She's like, no, I'm holding your hand. It's a stressful time of the game. I'm holding your hand.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Like towards the end of the game last night, like Sean will just sit on the opposite side of the couch from me, and I will sit on the opposite side, and I just don't acknowledge him while he's playing. With me, like I actually like that Sean's there, and if I need him to like quote unquote comfort me if I'm nervous, then so be it. I would love to revisit this discussion if the Flames and the Canucks ever play each other. This will be a completely different discussion. I can imagine us sitting in different sides of the room, and there would be no hand holding any of that going on. So yeah, it's definitely been a funny observation of our relationship as we're going through our first playoffs together.
You know, I watch the games by myself because I'm a like people. If people watch me watching the game, it's kind of embarrassing because I pace around, especially in overtime. I get like that too. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stay by myself and not look like an idiot. And it'll, yeah. Yeah, I totally get that. I remember in 2004 there was a group of us watching Game 6, and I met a friend of mine there, and he's like, "Who is this idiot yelling at a TV about hockey? They can't hear you on the TV there, but I'm still yelling at it." So I get it.
Fandom is very special when you're passionate about everything or about something, and it comes out. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you like watching games, Devin? And then
I like watching it by myself because then I can focus on little things here and there. I had some people over last night. It was a little hard to pay attention to the game, and I don't want to be an asshole about it, but I got into it a couple times with one of my friends, and I'm like, shut up. The anthem's on. Just shut up, please. I'm very much a traditionalist. I like listening to the anthem. Whenever I go to a hockey game, I need to be there. I would love to watch the morning or the pregame skate. Go in, relax, and just be there for the entire thing. And I try to replicate that at home. I can't stand the chatter around when people are around. I do like watching it at pubs because I can tune people out. But as far as watching at home, I prefer watching it with no one else around, just so that I can focus on the game.
Yeah, I think so. I won't speak for Sean here, but I think we're both okay enough that like we're basically alone. Like we're together, but we're alone. So we're not getting that like distraction. As I said, I know not to distract him while he's watching, and he probably knows he can distract me. But if he's distracting me too much, I'm just gonna yell at him anyway. So we're okay. And I'm actually with Devin saying about his whole traditions, like he likes to make sure he's there for the anthems, pregame skates, all that stuff. I'm exactly like that. I hate feeling rushed about anything. I'm always like a perpetual at least 5 minutes early to anything type of person. So I totally get that.
Oh, and Heidi's seen me. I stand and have my hat off for anthems for Canucks games. It's tradition. I've done it. It feels wrong not to, especially when I'm at home. And then I get my shuffle going and everything. It's, as you said, the fandom is special and it's weird and it's crazy and it's irrational. Yes, we know that they can't hear us through the TV, but yelling makes us feel better.
It just helps.
I was even yelling "C" at last night when they were doing the anthems. I was able to do that, and that felt fun.
Yeah, it was great to hear George Can. You can follow us on Twitter at podcast_hockey. You can also subscribe on iTunes, Google, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, as well as join us for live recaps during every Calgary Flame and Vancouver Canuck playoff game. Facebook.com, The Hockey Podcast.